What's up, everybody? You know what it is. Are you the one? Second chances. You know who I got next to me, my girl, Abby Vega. But we're going to talk about it. It's the 9th episode. It's the finale eve. We got a special guest in the house, and it's about to get turned. Let's get it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey. 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 Yeah.
I love this song.
It's so good.
I've never heard it.
So good.
So good. Playing it for him before his show.
Yes.
So good.
You said what?
The mariachi band.
Right.
What?
So
They,
Rich
pump
Chigga
on.
came backstage. Rich Chigga came backstage.
$1,000
Is it a
mariachi
grand?
Yeah.
A grand on a mariachi band, so they could sing this song to Post Malone.
Before
Are
he
you
went
serious?
on stage.
Oh, wait a second. I saw that video. I didn't realize what it was for.
Yeah.
So Rich Chigga paid $1,000.
He initially paid like $300, I think, but Post Malone took too long to come out and see the mariachi band, so they charged by the hour.
Shut up.
So you had to pay $1,000.
Shut
That's
up.
crazy.
That is hilarious. I didn't know the story behind it. I just
Yeah.
saw the video.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Rich
That is
Chigga. I mean,
She's like, I don't know who any of those people are.
That's okay.
Any people
Sounds
are.
great.
Are they on the country charts? I don't know.
apparently Rich Chigga got the guac. So
Yeah.
the guac.
Right.
Guac.
Guap.
The guac too.
Guac too.
He eats guacamole.
Yeah.
He does everything. Here we go.
That's nuts.
What's up, everybody? You know what it is. It's your boy Lem Gonsalves here. You can find me on social media at The Poet Saint all day, every day. Next to me, as I've already introduced, but I'm going to introduce her again because I'm so glad she's here. It's my girl, Abby Vega.
What's up?
What's up?
I'm happy to be back. I
Yes.
hate missing weeks here.
I know. I hate when you miss weeks.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm here.
Yeah.
2 more episodes. I'm excited. But on social media, you can find me at _Abby Vega.
I'm going to hit all the way to my anchor, my main man. He never leaves me behind. Never leaves me behind. He's always there for me. Always by my side. You know what it is. My main man, Nino Llanera.
All day, every day, Lem. No worries, man. Yo, it's your boy Nino. You can catch me at Nino Llanera on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Y'all follow my hashtag Nino's POV. Always glad to be here anchoring right over here, right across from you, Lem.
Always, man. I appreciate it.
I don't know what I did earlier.
I don't know what that was.
I got
Table
excited.
glass.
Super
Table
excited.
glass.
Let's just
excited.
pound everything. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a special guest.
Yeah.
She's been here already, but she is gracing us once again. And I love when she's on the show, because she keeps it real. You know what it is. Shanley McIntee, what's up?
I'm glad you're here this time. So excited.
Yes.
I'm so excited to be back.
But can we
Yes.
check out this tattoo actually real quick? I know we saw it on the show, but look at this.
I literally stretch out the sweater so I
Just
can
look
do
at
this.
that.
I would too if I had that tattoo today.
Purposely. How many tats do you have?
A lot.
A lot?
There's like 15,
lot?
I think.
15?
There's like a sleeve,
Okay.
and then mostly the sleeve. There's still some work needed to be done.
Got it.
Tattoo here, here. Multiple places. There's multiple tattoos on this body.
That was her like for people wondering what she was
Yeah.
wearing.
That's right.
You just go with multiple places.
Chocha.
I got you. There it is. There it is. I just wanted to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the 9th episode.
Ooh.
As I mentioned, it's the finale eve. There's a lot of Shanley in this episode. So I am glad that you're here to kind of set the record straight.
Right.
Obviously, it's getting down to the wire. I'm just going to go on record now. I mean, I'm just going to jump the gun. And I feel bad for Cam. I feel bad for Cam.
I
feel
do
bad
too.
for Cam.
Same.
I just seen that, and maybe because it's just fresh because we just watched it, and that was the last thing we saw. But I really feel bad for him because, he mentioned, obviously at the beginning of the episode, he looked really bad because it made it seem like, I stole, and I was going to break up with her, and that's it. I'm a bad guy. And he said he stole, she shared. So if they wouldn't have had, what is it called when they keep on?
It was
Blind.
The blind choice,
choice,
right?
right?
So they wouldn't have the blind choice, then he would have stole. And I mean, I believe, I don't know Cam like that, but I believe he would have shared it with Michaela.
I do too.
They'd have probably some arrangement because they're in a relationship. But bottom line is that they were kept in the game because of the blind choice. And then they got in last place, and based on your actions with your partner, they ended up getting booted and with zero money.
Right.
And I feel bad for him. And the reason why I say I feel bad for him is because it seemed like Michaela was done. Like she's like, oh well, you know, this is what it is. This is what the world wanted, what the universe wanted to happen. And he's like, yo, I mean, yeah, I have her, but I have no money.
Yeah.
And this is what I came on the show for.
I thought it was interesting. I mean, to me, it kind of, I feel bad like saying this, but it kind of shows where their relationship was at all, because for me, even if you just like only care about like having your boyfriend and that kind of thing, like she didn't once like contemplate the money. To me, that is so strange.
Strange?
Question mark?
No, is it not? I'm sorry, am I like crazy? Because
no.
it's like if you both love each other, why would you not want to leave with love and the money?
And money.
That doesn't make sense to me. That never once like crossed.
No, it's definitely
mind.
it's definitely a strange situation, but maybe she's just in the position where she doesn't need it, and all she wants is the man, the boyfriend, the marriage, everything that Cameron was, you know, looking to go to later on, but not right now. I
Yeah,
don't
but
think.
like, why like be there and not want
Right.
the money as well?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
Right.
like why
To make
just
him
go through the
happy.
motion?
And Nino, weddings are expensive.
I know.
You can always use
Why
a
is
little
this super
money.
expensive? I'm not backing her up, because I would have been there for both. Like, listen, all this 9K you were talking about and climbing hills, and if there were snakes like we talked about earlier, I would have been like, I better with his money. But you know, I don't know. You could tell she was totally checked out, especially at the end when she was just like laying her head down.
Right.
On her
We're
shoulder,
going home.
like
We're
this.
going home.
That's it.
Nuggets. We
That's
can sit
it.
nuggets.
In her head, she was praying that you were gonna steal.
No, she.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, she wanted to like just be there for Cam the whole time.
Yeah.
So like the steal was not so that she could stay in the game. It was so that her and Cam could stay in the game and she could stay with Cam
Right.
in the game
Right.
and go to a final, which honestly they probably could have won.
Really?
Wow.
Physically, you think?
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Physically, you think they would have?
Based on what the challenge is, yeah, the final is.
Interesting.
So, okay, this is my thing. So, I mean, I understand when you're in these type of scenarios, right? And when I say scenarios, I'm talking about reality shows, especially when there's competitions involved and, you know, there ends up being drama between people, you know, Are You the One? You know, mainly this is all these people from Are You the One? And you don't know what to expect. And you're just like, sometimes you may get to a point where you're like, you know what? I'm not about this. I'm ready to go home. I'm checking out. Whatever the situation is. All of the people, all the couples that are here have been through this. They've already been on a show. They know what is entailed. They know what this is about. And so to basically come on the show and then kind of be like, this is, I'm not going to play it like this. I feel like you're doing a disservice for being on the show.
Yeah, you like wasted another spot for somebody else.
Yeah.
Right.
See, I think both of them coming into this, it was like wrong on both parts. I don't think one person in the pair should go just because of someone else, and then I don't think the other person should make the other person feel like they have to be there either. It just, like, to me, from the beginning, it was just not a good situation, and no good was going to come from it. And I feel like that would have been the case with any of the pairs, whether they were dating or not.
I think we asked this last time. I don't know if it was just us. Maybe it was just us. Did we think that if they didn't go on the show, they would still be together now, and would this problem arise later on anyways?
I don't think they would have still been like together.
I
think, like I said, they're polar opposites. Like Cam cares about life and everything about life and wanting to do new things and learn everything he possibly can.
She's ready to settle
Yeah,
down.
Michaela wants to just, you know, and I don't mean this in a mean way. She's very materialistic, likes certain things, doesn't want to explore other things, and you can't like connect with somebody when you expect them to like everything you like and nothing that they like.
Yeah.
So I think that it would have just been like a wedge was already driven
Right.
between them,
Already.
and it would have split.
And the
This is-
show
yeah.
just exposed it.
Yeah.
Right.
And which I feel like they should be grateful that they were on the show for this reason only.
Versus
Honestly,
it
like I
happening
think it's a
later on in the
blessing. Yeah,
relationship.
I think it's a blessing for them.
It's harder too when you go like that and that kind of just hides within the relationship. Then all of a sudden, like 5 years later, when you're expected to get engaged, all of a sudden it's like
You're
by the way.
boring.
Right.
Yeah. imagine that.
Excuse me.
Just
It's been
imagine.
5 years and I just realized that you're boring.
Just imagine that.
Just found out that you're boring, so this is not gonna happen.
Yo,
For
that'd been
anyone though
horrible.
to like have any sort of relationship trouble, like I feel like I totally get in the sense sometimes where she's coming from though too. It's when you're perceived in a certain way with your relationship. Definitely when it's like made public on a show like Are You the One, everyone's always rooting for the couples. Like the fans are obsessed with them.
Yeah.
They have them in their mind as these like they have no issues. So I can't even. I mean, it just sucks either way to see someone's relationship fall apart like that because they
Right.
want it. I don't know. It's
You
just
always
sad.
want people to win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
been 4 years since my season. I'm still asked about Chris T. Like
Really?
we should have been together forever because our love on the show was so real.
It was strong.
Like,
I remember.
Right.
I
But
remember.
like everyone, like when I do a live, they're like, have you talked to Christy? What happened with you and Christy? It's like, bitch, it's been fucking 10 years. Like,
The fandoms are real.
Yeah.
They are real.
they
Can
really
I
are.
live?
Yeah. It's crazy.
When
So,
these
I get it.
12-year-olds ship you, you're shipped until they're 18.
Yes,
Okay.
seriously. They got like their like fan Instagram accounts.
Yes.
But I totally get why Cam and Michaela kept going on. There was a lot of pressure on the relationship. Like even now, people are like, "Why did Cam and Michaela break up? Why did I ship them? They're the best. They're the best. I love them. They're so perfect."
Yeah.
It's like, but you don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
Correct.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Correct. Let's break into this episode because I really want to get to Miss Shanley here and and how she treated old boy. Poor. Oh man, it was bad. But anyway,
It's just so nonchalant the way she says stuff.
I mean, my. I
You were
just,
just mad.
Just the
Okay.
way she says
Wait,
stuff.
hold on. I'm sorry. If I was Adam, I would be like, yo, can you just stop emasculating me? Like, because like you really like you go in on him, and obviously you have your reason, and there's a lot that we don't see, you know, and that's why I'm glad that you're here because you can set the record straight. But I really feel bad because every time I'm seeing him, I'm like, he's about to get it, and then Shanley comes in like,
Yeah, like it's just like a right in the chest every
Yeah.
time. And you know what? Honestly, if you would have ever snapped back or said something to me, I would have been like, "All right, you're a fucking man."
So you're away from it because you're like,
Yeah.
can't you just be a little bit more manly?
Like, he-
And it was just like quiet.
He's
Chirp,
like,
chirp.
yeah, I get it. Like he avoids conflict, but like, it's what 9 episodes now,
Right.
and I've been fucking just jabbing you the whole time, and you don't give me anything back. Like I'm obviously gonna take advantage of that,
Do you
know-
and in the nicest way because I didn't really take it anyway.
nicest way possible.
Like,
I'm gonna
you let me
emasculate you in
walk
the
all
best
over
way
you, yeah.
that you can.
Is he
Yeah.
like you know on a personal level? Is he like that to anybody else? Does he stick up for himself and all that other stuff?
Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, you know what he does on season 1. Remember when he stuck
Yeah.
up for himself with Brittany?
He did,
Like
he
flipped
did.
out.
It's just you. You
did.
just put the
I'm a boss
spell
ass bitch.
over. I'm a boss ass bitch.
You hear it here first.
Right.
Exclusive.
Right.
No, I love it. I love it. It makes for great TV. Real quick, before the mission start, we did see Tori and Morgan go into the boom boom room. And I feel like Morgan has been waiting for this moment, like the entire show. And he's like, and I feel like she's like, I'm ready for the boom boom room. He's like,
And he did that weird like smile that he always does, like the.
It was like,
Like, can you do that again so they can get a close up of your face? Like, somebody screenshot that, please.
so good.
He always like kind of
Oh,
like this is not in a mean way, but he looks like a mannequin a lot of
He's
the time.
very robotic
He's
and
robotic.
everything. His voice,
They had the challenge where he was
everything
Mr.
does.
Robotic.
He's
Yeah.
Mr.
So
Robot.
That's like
funny.
his, yeah, that's
Absolutely.
So
No.
funny.
I was like, okay, Morgan, go ahead. You know, whatever happened, you know, they were in the boom room.
Well, we know he
Yeah.
went for the feet again.
Right.
Ryush.
But he did say, like, before the challenge, he's like, yeah, you know, we were in the boom boom room, so I feel like she has, what did she
Strong.
say?
He's like, so I know her cardio's good.
Cardio,
or
that's
something.
right.
I'm confident in her cardio.
Right, so.
But that could have just been anything. They could have just been jumping on the bed.
maybe he
doing,
ran
like,
away from her, and then he
Yeah,
was like,
lots
chased
of
him.
Right.
lots
Yeah.
of ways to test cardio.
Sure.
Lots of ways.
Okay, there
Lots
it
of
is.
ways.
So with this mission, this was a very interesting mission. You had to move, quote unquote, and basically you had boxes in this like scattered apartment, 10 boxes to be exact, and you had your team colors, and you had to find the boxes and then take them out of the apartment, place them in this truck, and then take them, of course, apart and put all the placements in this staged apartment that you could like rappel down this building and like look and see and mimic that.
Right.
Did I get it?
Yep, you got it.
Okay. First of all, how?
Sound like Karamo, man.
You know.
But you need to take a little longer.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Carl.
Bring him
Love
up
you.
4 more
You're
minutes.
making fucking bank right now, I think, on a Netflix show. So, like, I can't.
He's good.
doing his thing. So first of all, how hard was this?
So this mission, obviously, you have a 42-minute episode. This mission lasted forever.
It
So
did.
yeah, you go to the first spot, and you have to go up 10 floors on an elevator, grab all that stuff, bring it down,
Right.
and then to the next spot, you have to go up like 6 flights of stairs.
Wow.
So we had to climb stairs with the couch, all those boxes. Like it took a very
Wait.
very long time.
Would the couch
Yo,
up the
I'm so mad they didn't
stairs?
put this scene in there, but like I looked directly at the camera at one point, and like I'm lifting the couch over like railings, and I'm like, check out my fucking biceps. That I am. But like, it's true. Like we literally had to carry him up flights of stairs and then put them like together, everything together before we repelled. So they kind of like edited it where it was like, oh, we repelled, put it together, moved it around, blah blah blah. We had to put everything together before we repelled, and then memorize and then move it. So like it took a very like Adam and I took like 5 hours to put the furniture.
5
Oh my
hours?
God.
I mean, it wasn't really 5 hours.
Like, well,
No.
But you're talking about from the time you took it from the apartment till the time
It was a
done.
very long day.
It was a long
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Physically demanding.
Extremely.
Wow. And so how many times, because from what my guesstimation, it looked like you had to repel 3 times. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you were twice on that because you repelled first.
Yeah.
Then he had to go down because couldn't remember all of it. And he had to remember how much?
3
Three
items.
things.
3 items and could not remember the
But
3
he was
items?
still not sure.
He wasn't sure.
No, I was very confident in myself to go down and memorize. I'm really good at memorizing things. And I did as best as I could. You get a very short amount of time while you're sitting there. It's like a minute long where you sit and like memorize.
When
the
you're
room.
looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they're like, okay, go. And then you have to go down and then you have to run up all the stairs. So like you're sprinting and then you have to go to the room and then move everything and hopefully you've remembered what you saw.
And there's,
So there's
like
a lot more.
2 prints to the carpet.
Yep.
There's certain ways where things are touching, so you have to
There-
memorize to
you
see.
literally have to make it an exact replica. So
Exact.
like the plants were tilted a certain way, some other things were tilted a certain way, like the table was just kind of out a little bit. Like you had to make note of all that. And then the 3 things that I didn't, like I knew that I had missed like the details. So I asked Adam, I was like, look at these 3 things when you go down and then look at the room and make sure the details of our room are exactly the same. So we basically just had a 3-item like memorization process and then just to tweak little things that I had already done.
Gotcha.
So yeah, he went and to be honest, there was like the 2 things that he had or 3 things he had memorized, he maybe got one of them right.
Really? So, I mean, would you say that was coming? I mean, did you kind of, because, you know, you've kind of went in on him, you know, during these challenges because you've done a lot of the challenge. Do you think that he pulled his weight in this challenge?
No.
Ooh.
No. And he admits it in this episode that it was like a lot of me.
Right.
I mean, obviously, the strength-wise, carrying the furniture, he helped a lot.
Sure.
But in my head, I'm like, okay, I try my best. Like, I'm not gonna, like that couch, which was so heavy. I'm not gonna say, okay, I can't do this. You need to do it all. Like, I'm gonna try my hardest, and I'm gonna like put my best foot forward and be like, this is gonna happen, and that's what I did. And then when it came to building furniture, it's like, oh, I've never built furniture before because I have people paying it for me, like paid to do that, and it's like, I don't give a shit. You're in a mission. Like,
Right.
do it.
Get it together.
Like, this is for money,
Right.
not just for you to bitch about having people that you pay to do it. Like, just pretend that you know how to do it and do it.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like I really put all the furniture together.
Side
Like,
note, I have this like weird like I like building IKEA furniture.
I think
like,
it's kind of fun.
To me, it's like it's therapeutic when it's all done. You're like,
When you
"Ooh,
get it right,
did
it
that.
gets a little stressful in the
When you
middle.
get it right.
But
In
when
the
you get it
middle.
right, it feels great.
I'm all good. Listen, if you guys need help with your IKEA furniture, holler at your boy.
Nino's the man.
Nino Llanera, Twitter, Instagram, DM me, let me know.
Got it.
Got you.
So, my question to you is because it seemed like it was very hard to tell, like who got first, who was, you know, obviously they're announcing. Karamo does it, you know, when you guys are all sitting there. How did you feel about, you know, because you obviously had to reveal 3 times, which is quite a bit. How did you feel about your placement, you know, before it was announced who the winners were and the places for everyone?
So initially when I got back in the room after the 3rd rappel, I thought we had lost.
You thought you had lost.
I thought we were done.
Like last place, that's
yeah,
it.
yeah. But Adam had peeked. So when you are finished with the mission, the doors close.
Okay.
And he had peeked out and saw that Cam and Michaela's door was still open. And I put everything together as quickly as I can, and they shut the door. So I'm assuming at that point that we were safe.
Okay.
So yeah. But right when I got down there, I was like, we're going home.
We're going out.
Yeah, it's our time. I don't even, I like, when I said in the interview, I was like, I'm checked out. Like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Because I did as much as I could, and there's nothing I can do now.
Right.
So, yeah. It was
Okay.
scary.
I don't know if they showed this because they showed that you guys repelled multiple times. Did any of the other teams repel as much as you guys?
Cam and Michaela did.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So they did
Tori
3 as
Morgan
well?
did 2.
Right.
Devin was the only one that went down and memorized that. He's
He did
a
that so
boss.
quick.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
so
amazing.
quick.
He's amazing. He's the smartest dude I've ever met. And then yeah, Cam and Michaela 3.
Do you hear
Wow.
that, Abby? Your man's the smartest dude she's ever met.
Ever met.
Brains.
He's
You see that? Brains, foamers, and a dad bod.
Yes.
Are you about the dad bod?
Oh my god.
Same.
Yes.
Same.
It shows that they have a good time. They don't take themselves too seriously.
Really?
Yeah.
2017, the dad bod.
Dad bod is
Yeah.
making really.
I mean, 2016, it made like a hello. You know, now it's like a.
I'm not trying to date some jack dude.
No, they're like too into themselves
Yeah.
and like care too much about that. It's like, come on.
I don't go to the gym every day. I don't want my partner going to the gym every day. And by partner, I mean like someone I'm hooking up with.
Right. Thank you for the clarification. I appreciate it. We needed that clarification.
I thought it was another exclusive.
We really did need that explanation. Well, I'm glad that's making a comeback because I mean I kind of fall in. Well, anyway. So first was Devin Ishida, which I don't think was any surprise based on what you had said. He only had to go down once. Second was Morgan and Tori. And then we find out it's only 4 couples, so we find out the last is Cameron and Michaela. Were you relieved at that point?
You know, honestly, I was.
Yeah.
I still doubted. Adam had told me that the door
Even
was
when
open.
the door was
so yeah,
open.
and I still doubted it. So yeah, I was so relieved. Sort of.
Sort of.
I guess. I think I was still like in my head, like, okay, we're going home, and I'm okay with this at this point. Like, my relationship's already really damaged, and you know, if we're going home, and neither of us are getting money, and that's chill. Like, not chill that I wasn't getting money, but like, if we're not getting money, then it's chill.
Right.
But yeah, so you saw my face. Like, I was just sitting there like.
You had this little glimmer of hope, but it wasn't like a for sure.
Yeah.
And then he said it, and I was just like. Yeah, like I breathed. I wasn't breathing.
Okay. And I feel like it's because it's so much. I mean, if I was in this situation, you go 9 weeks, right? And you're in this situation, you're like, you want to make it to the end. And I feel like it would be suck. It would be suck. Yes, that's what I said. That if you...
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Let the slurring begin. Cheers, everybody.
It would be suck.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. If you went all that way and basically had to be eliminated right before the 10th episode.
Yeah.
The finale.
That's rough.
It's super rough.
Especially with Cameron wanting to get to that final.
Yeah.
Like, that was his whole goal. Plus, he had, you know, Michaela not really wanting to do it, and they were there. They were just right there.
Right.
I can imagine, like, how tough that was. Like, for him to, like, have to literally endure, basically.
Right.
Damn.
It's just interesting because you see, you know, they're like, oh, and last place is Cameron and Michaela. And I feel like she was not disappointed at
didn't
all.
care.
She was just like, oh, okay.
But she was upset the aftermath. She was like, you guys were behind us the whole time. She was still very concerned that we had cheated somehow, or producers had staged it all. Yeah, her and Cameron were both really upset, but apparently they didn't have like a couple items right or
And
something.
that brings you directly to last place.
Yeah.
If you don't have it right.
Yeah, because we were done. Like, we
Right.
had it right, we were done, and they still had things to fix, and I mean, their time ran up because everyone else was done.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So after, you know, all this happened, you guys go bowling. I love how they throw you in these situations where it's like, you guys lost. Okay, go have fun.
Have fun.
Here's alcohol.
Right. Do something.
We ran that tab up, though, for real.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's
How
what
was
Rashida
that?
said. Rashida was like, it was on Karamo, so I was drinking or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
last
ran it.
semester.
We ran it up. Like, we were
Big time.
constantly, I was like, before we go, give it another round of shots, another round, like, just
Might as
constantly.
well.
There was like
Same.
5 drinks in front of all of us constantly.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that? I mean, was it any different from in the States? I mean, you're in Australia.
No, it was like, well, there were only 2 little it was like a bar with 2 like bowling lanes. It wasn't a bowling alley.
Oh, okay.
So it was like like a bar. Yeah. No, it wasn't
It's like at the
anything different
Roosevelt.
except yeah.
Okay.
It's like they just had
Alcohol
accents.
bowling.
Accents there. That's it.
And how was the move there? Like because we see, you know, everyone talking, and it seems like everyone's kind of checking in, which, you know, each other, either partners' perspective, and be like, okay, how you feel, and we see obviously you talking. You're
Everyone's having the heart to hearts, and here I am criticizing pretty cool.
wait.
It wasn't even that you were criticizing. It's like, you killed it. I know.
Tell me more.
I feel like Shanley is a monster. Like sometimes
I'm a
because-
struggle to deal with sometimes. So.
But I mean, is it? What do you think it is? Like, you know, is it your personality? Are you? I mean, obviously you're competitive. You know, you don't have any problem, you know, picking up the slack, all of that. My thing is, do you think that it's a situation where, you don't, necessarily, if you don't care about somebody, it's hard for you to hide that? Or like in this case, your partner you've known for 4 years, so you do have some kind of connection to. What do you think it is?
I think the reason I was very irritated throughout this entire season was just because living with Adam 24/7 is something that barely anybody can do. I mean, the people in the house also felt the same, and they will never show that, but...
It was a personality situation.
Yeah, it was a personality situation, and, like, he got under my skin a lot, and I blame myself for letting that happen, but I definitely was a bitch, and I definitely said a lot of unnecessary things. But, yeah, it was literally just being around him all the time that made me just resent him.
See,
and anything that he said.
This is why I really, really like Shanley, because the thing is, in episodes, she'll say in between, like, yeah, I'm a bitch. I get it. I'm going to work on it. She says it right there and then versus be like, I think I was right. I'm glad I said what I said. You're like Devin. You don't stab from the back. You stab from the front.
Yeah, I acknowledge
you know what I mean?
my actions. Like,
Right.
I don't, like, put any blame on editing for my actions. I don't put blame on anybody else for my actions. Those are, like, what I've done. And I know a lot of them can be a little ridiculous, and I should probably regret most of them. But, like, I will always be honest. I will always be upfront about how I
That's
feel,
dope.
whether it's, mean or super nice, which sometimes I'm really nice, guys.
Sometimes.
I have a big heart.
When, though? Like, what episode was that?
When I had a big heart?
Yeah.
Not this season.
Not even the one, season 1.
Oh,
4 years ago.
4 years ago, that was amazing. My heart was so big.
Yeah, it was. And then, I grew up and
And then I
it
grew
got
up.
small. It got small.
Strong
That I grew up.
Oh, I love it. There's a portion where it seems like the house, obviously, when it comes down, when you're susceptible to getting picked, to go thrown up into the choice, the house kind of comes at you and kind of, plays with it. And we see Devin, aka the Pup Master, and he's coming at you. And, the rest of the house is kind of coming at you about Adam. Obviously, a lot of that is chopped up. But what was that really about?
So that happened every night. Like I had said last time that we always had the little hot tub party guys out night. And we were just staying there. I was very, very drunk. Everyone was very drunk. And it all turned into this huge misunderstanding about talking about Adam and I and then like what they were saying and me defending myself. And it just got really out of control. I can't tell you what started it or why it happened and like the whole conversation because I don't remember it.
Okay.
Oh,
But,
so we can talk about it off air later.
No, I don't remember it, but I felt very attacked at that point when I was sitting in the hot tub and they weren't even being mean about it. They really weren't. I just was drunk and taking it all completely wrong instead of constructive criticism. So yeah, that's what happened and I had stormed off. It looks like I'm tired, I'm going to bed. I didn't go to bed. I freaked out and flipped out in the house.
You did,
Yeah.
which I was going to go to next. You actually had a little bit of a meltdown.
Huge meltdown.
With huge.
Yeah.
With Devin in tow, and you mentioned earlier about like just kind of you were just frustrated. You were just venting and you just had to get it out. Was Devin there to console you, or was he just like? Tell me more.
No, he was, and I had actually texted him earlier. I was like, I really wish that they showed that you were calming me down and like there for me. Devin was my best friend in the house, so that's why I think I took offense. Devin and Rashida both, and obviously Morgan, but like Devin and Rashida were the closest people with me in the house. So feeling like I was being attacked by them, I was really offended and really hurt and like lashed out like I did. But yeah, you don't see me storming around the house asking for people to mic me and like have cameras around because I was gonna throw a fit, which. I've got great fits that I throw, so like I don't know why you didn't catch that on camera. But yeah, so Devin sat down for like 4 hours on that couch with me. It was just
4
like
hours?
yeah, it was like a very long night.
Wow.
A very long night. And he just sat there and he's like, "You're fine. Like I'm so sorry that like it came off the way it did. Like it's your choice. Everything is your choice at this point. Like I get that you're frustrated with Adam. I get that he's not pulling his weight. But yeah, he was really like he's a fantastic friend. So he was there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Word. And he wasn't trying to play you in any way or
No,
anything like
no. At least I don't think so.
that. Devin.
No, he really actually. And you see at the end of the episode, like they were stoked for us to be in the final. Like they were our best friends, and I mean we got along so well, and we just wanted to go with each other and like do whatever and see who the best man won, like
Right.
wins.
With the finale. Okay. So, well, we did get to the choice at this point, and then obviously, you know, there's only 4 people, and only 3 people can be voted because one person is obviously off the table. And so, were you surprised that you were voted in?
No, I told them.
You told them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At the time when you told them to vote you in, were you confident in what you were gonna do?
Yeah. I thought I wanted to steal, for sure.
That was, at that moment in time, you were like, I'm gonna steal.
Mm-hmm.
What made you? I mean, we're gonna get there, but what made you change your mind?
So we had come in first once out of the whole season, right? And I was just
Which was the episode
one before.
prior,
Yeah.
Right.
And we placed just a couple of times, and I was like, why go to a final? Like, I'm not confident in our ability to win. Like,
You're
why
checked
go?
out,
Yeah, like why? And because obviously I didn't want to keep ruining this relationship I had with Adam. But I had that talk with Adam, and that's where I was like, man, I want to redeem myself. Like, I've been such a cunt, and like, like, this is gonna be like my moment to be like, oh, she is kind of like considerate, I guess. So that's like what
she's mildly considerate.
It really was up until us standing there that I was still thinking that I was gonna steal though. But
to the last minute.
Yeah, I sat. Wow. So another little insight: we have to sign like contracts and say what we're about to do before they film what we're about to do. So I
you
sat
have to let
there.
them know.
Yeah,
the producers.
because the cameras have to be in certain angles and whatever.
So you have to let them know prior what you're planning to do. Okay.
And I sat there in like my little area that I was closed off in, and I was like, "Oh, I should do it."
That's super intense. Just you,
just
the
by
paper,
myself,
and figuring it out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm so curious to like see what happens next week to hear if you like regret it or not.
I'm excited for you guys to see next week.
Oh, exclusive.
Did you win that money? Oh.
So you're up there, and you know you get a chance to obviously you're always get it. Well, first of all, Karamo does a spiel that he's done every single week, and I'm just like,
I feel like we all need to memorize a part of that for next week so we can say it on camera.
Yeah, right.
I think I have it down. Like,
dude,
I mean,
I like block
heard
it out,
so
so I
many
don't even
times.
think I know it.
Yeah, it's every single time.
Checking my emails. Between that portion right there.
Just saying. But you obviously get a chance to, you know, say your piece or what have you. And you seemed very genuine when you were talking to him. But you also, you know, there were times in this whole situation, you know, you said when you were watching it, you were getting emotional. What was making you get emotional?
The biggest part that was emotional is the confessional that I had where I was crying.
Okay.
That had happened the night that Adam kept calling me a bitch on stage. Remember, like during that ceremony, and just kept repeating it, and there were other people that had approached me, not cast, that said, when you look back at this, you're gonna see that you are a bitch.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, damn, like I've been really struggling. Yeah, I've been really struggling with myself, like in how I act, because I didn't want to be ridiculous, because I had a boyfriend back home, and I was just like sidestepping and like stepping around shit, like. So it was really, really hard for me that filming this season, because like I was like teetering an edge the whole time. So that seeing me cry, I was just like, I remember that. That was hard. That was really hard. And the fact that I was like really mean to Adam, like it sucked for me. And, you know, looking back on that, it's like, wow, I was mean.
It's tough working on yourself on national TV. Like when you're working on yourself and you know, but you're going on the show, and you know the evil can come out anytime. That's such a hard thing. You know what I mean? You signed up for it, but I don't think you're ever prepared for it when it happens. Everyone says all the time in comments or whatever, like you know you signed up for this, so you know it's gonna happen. But everyone's just human. So when things really, really do happen, you're not as strong as you think you would be when you're placed in that situation.
Yeah. Right. So the interesting part about this whole choice situation, what you just said about how you have to decide prior, when you give these spills to each other, I mean, it's not like it's going to change anyone's mind because they have to vote what they vote. So it's kind of more of a formality, in essence.
Well, we give the spiel and then we go and make the decision.
But I'm saying
so they just like cut it.
But you would have to decide prior before the spiel, right?
No,
they said spiel, then you go and decide, and then come back.
Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood you.
The spiel is like the plea to the other person. Like
I figured that. Yeah, I just thought you said prior to even getting to the choice.
No, to actually pressing a button.
Okay,
so it's like it's genuine.
So the spiel can alter someone.
Yeah.
How did you feel about what Adam said?
I knew that's what he said, and I knew he wanted to go to the final, and I knew he would never steal from me. It would be stupid for him to steal from me, because if he stole, I would be stealing. and it would be a double steal, and then we wouldn't get
nothing.
anything. Yeah.
Right.
What was interesting to me about this one is, I think we all like laughed. After you talked, they panned to people's reactions, which I know, like I don't know why they do that. Like I think I believed what you were saying until they panned to people laughing.
I'm pretty sure
You know
they
what
were
I mean?
laughing because Karamo had said something about what is that? I don't remember, like some guilty conscience that I had, and I was like giggling when I was talking about something, and they were all like laughing because I was like, what does that mean? Because like I didn't it went way over my head.
Oh, what he had said
yeah.
earlier.
So then like everyone was laughing, but I also think if they cut it the way where I was like, I want to leave here and still be, if you do whatever you say you're gonna do in the final, we're gonna still be friends. And then that's what it made them look like they were laughing at, like, haha, you guys are gonna be friends.
Yeah, that's I think that's why it's
You guys are
funny.
friends
It's
now.
like they showed the reactions at
Sure.
such a weird time that I was like, wait, what is
Right.
happening?
Yeah.
Like almost. Well, I took it as like what you were saying is like you don't really believe.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Because of how you've been the whole time. So we get down to both clicking, and I'm gonna say I was surprised with the outcome, just because I felt like you were just like, okay, yes, you want to compete, but I don't think thinking with Adam and how you've been dealing with him the whole time, and you've been pulling the majority of the weight, and you've had no shame to tell him like, dude, I'm doing most of the work here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna steal and I'm gonna be out, but you decided to share, and you both click share. When you decided to share, what kind of made you want to get to that point? I think you said earlier about basically you felt like he was on board.
Yeah, I mean, he swore up and down that he would be putting his best foot forward in the final and that we would win. That's what he said.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, I have confidence in you. Let's
And you
win.
have but you didn't have confidence in him before, so.
I also, like I said, wanted to redeem myself for
Okay.
being a bitch.
Okay.
I was trying to watch.
So dual purpose.
Right. When the reveal was happening, I was watching you, not the reveal. Just to see, like, what you know what I mean? Straight face, poker face.
Right.
If you're ever playing poker with her, it's not going to work.
I mean,
like,
even
dude.
Morgan was like, she's a good liar. She can put on a good show, too. You can, but I'm also very open and honest, so I don't know if I'm, like, a great liar, and I can...
You got a good poker face is
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. Even when we were talking earlier, like, so what happened? You gotta watch it.
Right.
You just gotta watch it.
At that point, I didn't know where it was going to go, to be honest. I was like, she could share, she could steal. I really don't know.
I feel like the other ones, I was like, I know what's gonna happen.
Right.
And
Oh,
this
see,
one was
I've been
weird.
like every time. It's just like I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh, you don't know.
No, that's why I get
Really?
stressed. I get a nervous stomach. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I was very surprised with this one. It was
Good
very
TV,
surprised.
guys. Good TV.
So that means that Cameron and Michaela have to go home. We talked about Cameron and Michaela and how it seemed like she was like, okay, I'm good with it. And Cameron was like,
That last line that
feeling
he dropped
Yeah,
was like,
we were all just like,
ouch.
yo,
Yeah.
yo.
Like- That was
But
like,
the fact that she was like...
Right.
I know.
And she was
That was
still
like-
into the situation.
I have to say, like,
Whoa.
for me, that, like, was, like, a
Like-
knife to my heart, and
Yeah.
I'm not
Was
in that
she?
relationship.
Yeah.
That was, like, because for me, from what they showed, he wouldn't even really look at her.
Right.
It was,
Right.
like, he was just, and she was, oh.
You know what made it worse?
Yeah.
Because we had the subtitles on too, so we were
I
reading
know.
it as well too. I was
I
like,
know.
ooh, that's so awkward.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the way he said it, it wasn't like, yes, but I get to leave with her. He's like, I'm leaving with just her, nothing
Yeah,
else.
and nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh.
dot.
Yeah, it was heart out.
Did it feel that way when you were there live?
Yeah.
It did.
We were all just like,
Dang. Dang.
yeah.
Yeah, that was rough.
And we know the outcome now. They're not together. I'm just interested in, if they would not have, and that's the thing too. I feel like because of the way the show went with them getting, a chance to stay, if they would, because again, it was going to steal, and then they were going to go home and, live happily ever after. I'm wondering if there was any change in that, basically, and because of how the outcome was, a change in their relationship.
See, I think it's one of those things where until this show, no one really saw much of the relationship. They were in the honeymoon suite like the
Yeah.
entire time on their season. And that was like honeymoon suite. You're in freaking Hawaii. You're
Right.
like new to each other. It's fun. You're attracted to each other. You're young, whatever.
Right.
But clearly what was happening on the show between their relationship and their conversation and what he was feeling was probably happening before the show. This just highlighted it.
Yeah.
So I don't know them, but like,
Right.
I feel like if that was the situation they were having, it would have happened regardless.
Right.
And
The
you
money
said-
may have padded it for a bit,
Sure.
but money's gonna go away eventually. It's
Sure.
not gonna.
And that's the thing, the padding and the hiding the situation is going to be really tough when you hide it and keep that padding on there for such a long time when you know that it's already spoiled. It just gets so much harder for the breakup after such a long time.
Yeah.
So maybe this was good for them in a sense. You know what I mean?
I mean, even after this, like, if they would have stole the money and shared it outside the house, like if one of them did, and they broke up, like they wouldn't have had the money until like 6 months after the show,
right.
you know?
So still would have been.
Like, someone would have had that money.
Yeah.
They would have been a lot more rich.
That conversation of the whole boring thing would have came up within 6 months after the show. It would have had to come up. I would have been like, wait, so you said I was boring on the show. Can we elaborate on that really quick?
Right.
I don't know though.
You know what I mean?
See, to me, I feel bad like talking about their relationship, but it's whatever. It's on TV. But to me, it's like because I've seen like different people in like my life with those relationships. Sometimes someone is so in love with someone else that it doesn't even matter. Yeah, it's like I love them. You know, I'll do anything for them. She was there on the show.
Blinders.
For her, that was literally all that matters. So I don't think him saying that would have ever caused her to even break up with him.
But he
Like,
would
I
bring
think
it back up
she
again,
would-
I think. I think he would bring it back up again. Like, love is blind to some people, but there's always that other person in that relationship that's like...
for
That's
sure.
why he broke up with
Yeah,
you know.
so it's like it would have.
Yeah.
And like you said, Shanley, earlier, like regardless of them being on the show or not, you think that this would have been the outcome anyway.
Yeah.
Just because of, just the whole situation.
100%.
So, but there it is. There's 3 couples left. Shanley's still in
Congratulations.
the house.
Thank
Shanley is still there. Yes.
That was the whole goal.
Yes.
But Adam and I talked about it way before we were on the show. We're just like, we're going to the final. There's no doubt.
Right. And it's a winning.
And it happened.
So I'm excited about next episode to see like what happens. Obviously without any spoilers, but just as a whole, regardless of the outcome. Look at her face like, wait. I know I'm gonna put you on blast. But just regardless of the outcome, how do you feel about like basically being on the show? Do you regret it at all? Is it something that you've grown from? Where are you at with the show?
I don't necessarily regret it. I had fun. It was a good time. I mean, it was a free vacation basically to Australia, and I've made really great relationships out of that. And Adam and I are still friends. But I don't know. This whole season has been so different for me. The first season I did for Are You the One, I got a lot of hate, which I totally understood why I got that hate. Because all my actions.
I remember.
Yeah. But like
remember.
this season, like I'm just like dealing with it so differently, and I'm a little more like susceptible to the hate and like taking it in and be like, damn, like I look so bad on TV. So I don't necessarily regret it, but like I'm kind of upset with how I'm being portrayed, and
Makes you more cautious about the situation.
Yeah, like it's definitely making me a lot more cautious. I don't know. It was a good time.
Okay.
And you'll see next episode.
Okay. Let's for us, let's get into
I have
predictions.
a really good
Your
one.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
You have a really good one? Go first.
It's
Maybe-
really not, but like to me, it like came to my head in the middle of this show, and I'm
I
like, I
think you
gotta
should
remember.
say
You
it.
should start
Okay,
first.
so what I think is gonna happen? There's 3 couples, whatever, they all have their different things.
Correct.
I think that they're gonna do a thing where after they all finish, that like everyone will get some sort of their money. Like, I think the first place team will get all, like, you know what I mean? But I think that second and third place, I think that they're all going to get a little chunk of their prize money.
Okay. So
I was
basically
super
everybody.
just up in her face right now to see if that was true.
I don't know why I feel that way. I feel like it's...
So you feel everybody's gonna get
I
something.
feel like it's going to be worth it for the 3 teams, and, like, if they finish. Like, I think it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be, like, a long, hard challenge, and even the third place team, once they cross that finish line, they're going to be
gonna get
like,
something.
you're getting something.
It's
Yeah.
like the Ellen show.
Okay.
And you get prize money,
Yeah.
and you get prize
Right.
money, and you.
Okay.
If Oprah was a producer.
Right. What do you think, Nino?
So is there a maze? Is there a maze in the situation?
Yeah, you see the maze.
I saw the maze earlier. Okay, so I saw the maze in the situation. I think it's going to be a crazy challenge, the finale challenge, just like always with all the challenges. I think it's going to be crazy. At this point, though, because if it's a super physical challenge, sometimes we know Devin and Rashida don't necessarily do too well in these physical challenges. Morgan and Tori really do well, but I bet you it's going to be a mix of a whole bunch of things just to throw everybody off. So I feel like it could be an even race for everybody. I really don't know who's going to win at this point. Just because some people are really, really good at the physical, some people are really, really good at just, you know, the more mental type of problems or whatnot.
Right.
So I'm not really, really sure what totally happened or who went home with the money or whatnot. You know?
Not either.
I
don't remember.
You don't remember?
I still think Devin and Rashida win though.
You think Devin and Rashida?
Devin and
win
Rashida,
all
I
day?
think win.
Is
I
that
think
because you love Devin?
Probably.
part. No, but the main reason though is because I do think, like you were saying, I think physically they're like the least.
They're the least out of
Yes.
the couples that are left. Yeah.
But I still think from the beginning their relationship has
work
been
well.
the best. They work together really well. So I think that in the end that's gonna end up.
And I just feel like
based on
I
that.
can't say that you like everyone. Those two relationships are really good as far as Devin and Rashida and Tori Morgan at this point. But this could be like one of the like an upset. Yeah, I mean where you can come back and the underdog can be like, all that fighting we did just really helped for the finals. You know, look at the Super Bowl this year. We never know what's gonna happen.
Oh,
You
what,
know?
I don't even remember what happened. Oh, I do. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
there we go.
That was crazy. Yeah,
A
that
few
was
months
crazy.
ago. Forgot.
Okay. I think I'm in agreement. I mean, I think Devin and Rashida are the front runners. I think it'd be interesting to see, like, in your situation with Adam and how you overcome kind of where you've been, you know, kind of this whole season. Because, you know, you've been at odds and, you know, you've been, you know, on his head.
They're still
for the most
friends,
part.
so I feel
Yeah.
something good's gonna come
Right.
from it.
They are still friends. So it'll be interesting to see,
Yeah.
how, you know, what you all do and how you all work in this finale. I'm interested to see what the finale is going to look like. You know, obviously it's a maze. We know that from the previews. But how that's going to work together. Obviously, you're going to have to work together to do this. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
What
But
are you gonna do
I'm
when
excited.
when you get the money? What are you gonna do?
How are you gonna spend it? Have you gotten it yet?
I'm gonna pay for my rent.
I can't sell it there. I'm done.
Poker face.
All I'm gonna say is Cam and Michaela could have definitely.
They could have.
Yeah.
That's
took
interesting.
the
I'm
whole
gonna,
thing.
I'm gonna watch that thinking that next week.
Thinking about that the whole time.
Oh, that's
Work.
even really worse for them.
I know,
It was
that's-
already bad.
I
Yeah.
had told Cam that, and he was just like,
Oh, poor Cam.
Rather not know that.
Yeah, that would make it worse. Definitely. But we're gonna see next week. We're gonna see but we're gonna see next week, and it's gonna be amazing.
Yep.
Oh, I have one more question. You said Cam and Michaela probably could have won it. Of all the other couples who got eliminated, is there another couple that you think would have been able to really like dominate in the final?
no.
No? So just Cam and Michaela. Interesting. Interesting.
Interesting. We'll find out next week
Can't wait.
what that's about. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, everyone that was in the live chat. Sorry we did not get to you. You know, we were so focused on our guests.
So enthralled
because, you
with
know,
the situation.
we had to talk to her. You know, all that good stuff. But, you know, as always, make sure you tune in next week for the finale. Hopefully have all 4 people here on our panel.
Crossing fingers. I hope I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I'll be here.
I'll probably be here.
You'll be here?
I'll be
Okay.
here.
Me and
I'll
I will
probably
be
be
here.
here. I'll
We'll
probably
make
be
sure
here.
Shanley's here too.
I'll come back.
We'll
I
just
don't
bring
care.
Shanley back just because people be tripping. You know what I'm saying? But I've been your host, Lem Gonsalves. You can find me always at The Poet Saint all day, every day. Also, check out my website, stayonthemic.com. Abby Vega, a.k.a. Country Twerking, where you at?
You can find me at _Abby Vega.
And
Simple.
Good.
okay.
So good.
Every day, all day, yo. Find me there. Yeah, get it.
I love it. Shanley, where can the people look you up?
Shanda, the THA Panda on all platforms.
There we go.
All platforms.
And it's worth like looking me up. So
It is worth it.
Follow me.
Follow her. She's
I
fun.
need
Follow
followers.
me.
I need followers.
Her
You don't
boomerangs
need
are good.
You don't need no follower. Her boomerangs are on point, though.
Yeah, her
the new
boomerangs are
hair-
good. Yeah.
The new hair boomerang.
Yo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Shout out to the new hair.
Okay.
Yo, I've been thirst trapped in people.
Yeah.
I
Trapped
see.
and trapping.
I see.
Thirst trapping.
You see, I'm drinking. Oh.
Whoa.
Well then, y'all, it's your boy Nino. I'll be thirst trapping too. Follow me on Instagram at Nino Llanera.
Thirst trapping.
Follow me on Nino Llanera on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We'll talk to you after this. Hashtag Nino's POV. We're gonna teach Abby some thirst trap shots today. So watch her IG
Yeah.
and thank us later.
Yeah, I'll teach her.
All right, y'all. Until next week, we'll see you. Peace.
Deuces.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.